everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to another month of the Big Idea Experience. We are so glad you guys joined us to talk about this month's big idea of peace.
Hey, Miss Sarah. Hey, Miss Sarah. Hey, is it time for the Big Idea Experience show?
Yes, Artie. Actually, it is. I've already started. What's up?
That's great. Hi, guys. Welcome to another great edition of the Big Idea Experience.
Yes.
Miss Sarah, I've got a lot of great examples, and I'll tell you, I worked hard to try to find some great examples of this month's Big Idea.
Wow, Artie, that's impressive.
And
I'm so glad you...
sometimes I say that, and I've got it wrong, but I promise you, I really know it. It's all about peace this month, right?
Yes, it is all about peace. Way to go, Artie.
I know. Thank you very much.
That's
which
awesome.
is why I found a bunch of examples. For instance, this piece of pizza. Or this piece of pie. Or these puzzle pieces.
Wait a minute,
these
Artie.
pieces were hard to find, but don't worry, because I'm always looking to be a big idea instigator.
Oh, Artie. I really...
Here, Miss Sarah, take that.
Oh, what is this?
Well, I figured since I couldn't find enough pieces, we'd break this set into pieces. So
what?
we're gonna be under construction.
No. Okay, hold on.
Let's bust it up.
Hold on. Artie, let's put the hammer down. Let's not break our set into pieces. That's actually
the big idea. Piece.
No, that's actually not the kind of piece we're talking about. It's not a piece of pizza or a piece of pie or a puzzle piece. We're actually talking about...
Miss Sarah, you said it was peace.
Yes, it is peace, which is proving...
P-I-E-C-E, peace.
No, P-E-A-C-E, peace.
Hold on. P-E-A-C-E?
Yes.
Like world peace? Like that kind of peace?
Yes, world peace.
Oh, well, good luck, Miss Sarah.
Artie.
Good luck, kids. How are we supposed to put that big idea into practice? I mean, I know they're supposed to be big ideas, but that's like a huge ideas. I mean, come on, Miss Sarah. I'm just an orangutan, and these are just kids. It's not like we could do anything for world peace.
Okay, Artie,
Oh,
listen, I know that peace can sound like a really big idea, but can I tell you a story?
I guess.
Okay, here's the thing. There was this kid. Her name was Samantha Smith. Okay?
Samantha Smith. Hey, is she our big idea instigator?
Yes, she is our big idea instigator this month. She was only 10 years old, okay?
Uh-huh.
This was in November of 1982.
1982?
Yes.
Whoa.
And she
That was
actually...
like over 50 years ago. Nothing like feeling our teachers feel old, right?
That's right.
Whoa.
But Samantha Smith actually wrote a letter to a Soviet leader named Yuri Andropov.
Samantha Smith wrote a letter to what was his name?
His name was Yuri Andropov.
Who was he the leader of?
So he was over the Soviet Union, which is now Russia.
The Soviet Union?
Yes.
But it's not around anymore, the Soviet Union, right?
Right.
Okay, so it was where Russia is now. Okay.
Yes.
His name was Yuri, and she wrote to him. Well, she's just a 10-year-old. He's not going to write back.
Yeah, you would think not, but he actually did. She was worried about, at the time, there was something going on called the Cold War.
The Cold War?
Yes.
Is that because people kept turning down the thermostat without asking? Because my dad gets mad about that.
Yeah, that can cause some wars, but no, this was just a war that they thought might happen that never actually did.
So it was like really tense, huh?
Yeah, very tense. And so she wrote Yuri to explain that she was worried about the Cold War and that she was really hoping for peace between the two countries.
Well, what did he say?
So she had to actually write twice, but after the second letter, he wrote back and he said, I want peace too. I want peace for our families and for your families and for the people in both countries.
Whoa, he wrote back to Samantha Smith even though she was 10 years old? Well, what'd she do?
Yeah, so she actually got a chance to go to Russia. She was invited to Russia, and she helped talk more about just the big idea of peace.
Wow, so even as a 10-year-old,
Yep.
just by writing a letter, she helped talk about the big idea of peace?
Yeah, she cared more about the people than about winning an argument or proving that one or the other was right. Does that make sense, Artie?
So, wait, you're saying when it comes to peace, it doesn't matter how old you are or how famous you are, you can make a difference when you put the big idea into practice.
That's right, Artie. Now, I think it would be a good idea to repeat the big idea. What do you think?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, kids, why don't you repeat this after me? Everybody say peace.
Peace.
Proving you care
Proving you care
more about each other
more about each other
than winning an argument.
than winning an argument.
Now, Artie, what would be an example of maybe some way that you could show peace? You know, it doesn't have to be writing a letter to a leader like that, but what about maybe on the playground at school? Is there a way that you could show peace?
Well, I guess maybe like the other day I was on the playground and it was my turn to swing next, but someone came up and didn't see me and they hopped on the swing when the person in front of me jumped off.
Okay.
Instead of starting an argument, I could realize that it's okay to let them swing and I'll take my turn after.
That's a great idea, Artie. That is definitely a way that you can show peace.
So you're saying these kids can practice peace at home or at the playground.
Yes.
And when they do, just like Samantha Smith, even if they're only 10 years old or younger, they can use the big idea to change the world.
That's right, Artie, and you can too. Thanks for helping me out with the big idea today.
Thanks. Listen, if we're not going to use the piece of pizza to talk about peace,
I guess you can have it. Here you go.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Big Idea Instigator. It's pretty cool that a 10-year-old could make as big a difference as Samantha Smith did. And the same is true for you. You can make a difference when you let the big idea of peace go to work inside of you to change the world around you. And that's why we're excited to show you today's Big Idea Interactive. This is a fun experiment or object lesson you can do at home or in the classroom with teacher or parental help. Today it's pretty simple. All you need is a balloon. You'll need some small pins just like this. And you won't just need one or two, you'll actually need probably like a whole container. Here's the thing, when it comes to the big idea of peace, sometimes we can lose sight of it because we do worry about proving that we're right? Peace is proving you care more about the other person than winning an argument. But isn't it true, when a challenge or an argument comes along, a lot of times it can feel like we're on one side. In fact, we'll let this pin represent you. And the person that disagrees with us, the person that's different than us, the person that we can't see eye to eye with is on the other side of the argument. And we're working against each other. But here's the thing. When we approach arguments, challenges, hard things, any of that kind of, any of those kinds of things, with that attitude, what ends up happening is we end up having explosive conflict. If this represents you and this represents another person, when we refuse to respect each other or see the value in each other, what ends up happening is conflict that explodes. But the truth is, we don't have to operate that way. In fact, we can operate with peace, which is proving we care more about each other than winning an argument. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, this is where the fun part of our experiment comes in. You'll need to get a lot of pens and put them through the paper, but the point is they're all facing the same direction. And this is what it looks like when we realize that the people next to us are different from us. They have different stories, different backgrounds. They may even have different ways of thinking or things that they believe. But the truth is, when we learn to respect those, we learn to treat others right, make the smart choice, we maximize our potential. Do you know our big idea instigator, Samantha Smith? She actually is quoted as saying this: peace is not the absence of differences, but the ability to respect and appreciate them. So when we recognize that we don't have to have everything in common with someone to have peace, what that allows us to do is it allows us to face the challenges that might have led to some explosive conflict earlier in a way that allows us to work together, and honestly, we can overcome a lot of pressure. Check this out. When we have the pressure that was on just one of us or two of us coming from opposite sides, spread out amongst all of us, watch what happens. You have the big idea of peace in action. Isn't that amazing how much pressure you can put on a balloon that previously would have popped under the same amount of pressure? See, that's peace. It's proving that we don't need to win the argument. In fact, we work better together when we realize that we can have differences, but when we face those problems and challenges in our life together, we can actually face a lot more pressure. It's really important that if you do this at home, make sure that you don't push down the balloon with your hand yourself, because the balloon can still pop. So the way I'm doing it here is allowing me to put pressure on it without risk of hitting my hand on any of those pins. So when you find yourself getting into an argument on the playground, in school, at home with a younger sibling or an older sibling, remember, it doesn't have to be you versus them. In fact, when you can respect differences and appreciate them, it allows you to showcase peace, which means that you prove you care more about the other person than winning the argument. And that is the big idea you can put to work inside of you to change the world around you.